and this is the second edition of Getting Started with Metal Sculpture. It's been several years since I did the first edition. As I work here in my shop, I think of things that I feel will be helpful. We're going to start off with the basic tools that I use to do metal sculpture, and then on to other tools and how I use them. Also, tools that you can make. These are simple, easy to make tools that I've found that I have a wide range of uses for. This is my welding table. My first table was 18 inches square by a 1/4 inch thick. And at the time I thought that was plenty big. But eventually it got too small. And so this table is 3 foot by 4 foot. It's 4 foot wide. And it's an adequate size. Sometimes I wish I had a larger table, but it is probably as big as my shop will handle. This is a 4-inch vise. And this, if it was mounted to the table, would be perfectly adequate for everything that I do. This is a grizzly cutter. And you can cut flat metal and round metal with this. Now with this cutter, this is 3/32 RG45, cuts that fine, cuts to 1/8. Now the 3/16 is just a little tough for that, so I have to put it up here. But if I was buying one and I was going to use it for that purpose, like this is a 5-inch blade here. I would get the 12-inch. As you can see, I bought the 12-inch shear because I wanted to do the longer cuts for the pieces in steel sculpture number 1. The advantages of the 12-inch, it'll make longer cuts, it will cut heavier material, and it has a much longer handle, which gives you more leverage, more power for cutting. Let's talk air tools. In order to use air tools, you need an air compressor. And this is my air compressor. It has a 6 horsepower electric motor with the compressor there on top and a 60-gallon tank. And if I hadn't have found this one, I would have been very happy with a 3 horsepower with a 20-gallon tank, because that would run all my air tools. This is a selection of some of my air tools. And this is a die grinder. It's what it's called, a die grinder. It's a small motor that's powered by air rather than electricity. So, in this case, I want to put this attachment on, tighten this up here. Put a sanding tube on it, and I'm ready to go. Now, one of the reasons that I have so many of these is because these are so inexpensive. For example, I bought this one at Sears in 1984, and it was $50. But today I can buy the same thing at Harbor Freight, actually by the same company that makes the Craftsman. I can buy the Chicago pneumatic at Harbor Freight for about $13 to $15. So instead of taking time to change tools, it's just been simpler for me to add die grinders. This is my spray booth. And if at all possible, it's a good idea to have a spray booth that is separate from the rest of your shop. Keeps all the excess spray from getting on your tools and materials. Now in here I have a revolving table, so I can stand in one spot and spray all 4 sides. This is what I use to make the revolving table for the spray booth. This piece came off an old bar stool, so it swivels. So if you're at a yard sale or a flea market, you can pick up a bar stool cheap. You can just use this unit to attach to the top and the bottom so that you've got your revolving paint booth table. It's a pretty cheap solution and it's really convenient so that you can just spin that table around and spray from all four sides.